Hey everybody, John the Other here. Obviously! I know, I didn't say obviously. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry I didn't say obviously. Is it that important that I say obviously? Obviously. This is what a feminist does not look like. And I'm not talking about me, obviously, because clearly I'm a feminist. No, I'm talking about David Cameron, Prime Minister of the UK. dailymail.co.uk, big long domain name after that, there's a headline that says, "This is what a feminist does not look like." Sorry, this is not what a feminist looks like. Cameron refuses to wear t-shirt backing women's equality after being asked 5 times. Even in the headline there, we have editorializing of the truth. This isn't actually a true headline. It wasn't a t-shirt explicitly backing women's equality that he refused to wear. It was a t-shirt saying, "This is what a feminist looks like." And we have, again, the old appeal to dictionary. The dictionary definition of feminism is that it's all about women's equality. Right? Now, if you look at the dictionary definition and you compare it to what feminists actually do and say, their actual behavior, their activism, their advocacy in the real world, you can see that the two definitions run at direct contrary purpose. Feminism is far from a movement seeking equality. It's a movement infantilizing women, pretending that women are, mentally handicapped, retarded, grown-up toddler children who must be protected from their own decisions because they're so mentally incompetent. That's what the activism says. And then the dictionary definition says it's about equality. So we have these two things at totally cross purposes. In the headline of the dailymail.co.uk thing, they call the t-shirt one backing women's equality, even though the actual text that was on the shirt that David Cameron refused to wear said, "This is what a feminist looks like." Now, the beginning of the article reads, "David Cameron is, quote, uncomfortable with calling himself a feminist. It was claimed today after refusing to wear a t-shirt backing a new women's equality campaign." Again, the editorializing. The shirt didn't say women's equality, it said feminism. The Prime Minister rejected the chance to wear a "This is what a feminist looks like" t-shirt despite being asked 5 times by Women's Magazine. I'm going to pause here with the reading and sort of give my own editorializing. At least, though, I'm being honest that I'm editorializing. Even if Cameron is a feminist, believes in the public rhetoric, I can't imagine that he's dumb enough to actually believe it. He's a politician. His business is lying. No offense to him. I don't have any stake in whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. He's a politician. Even if he himself believes in the rhetoric and the ideology of feminism, it would be politically stupid of him to wear a "This is what a feminist t-shirt looks like," because it's his job to have a broad mass appeal, right? Feminism, as much as it is the dominant narrative, is not the popular narrative. It sounds like I contradicted myself there. Feminism has never had majority support. What it has is the support of the loudest and most vitriolic and most pushy. It doesn't have the majority of the public population. And the continuous repetition of "this is actually just equality, what we're seeking is equality," most people quietly nod their heads and go along with that because it's easier than basically having an argument every time you're lied to. And it is a lie. But that's not why he refused to wear the shirt. He refused to wear the shirt because it doesn't make sense for him as a politician seeking to, maintain popularity in the polls to put his endorsement with one particularly narrow political ideology. He wants to be broad and, have plausible deniability when he has a position that is in one particular political camp. He wants to soft shoe that always, so that the people on the other side can plausibly believe that he supports them too. Now, in a more moral or, I guess, truthful person's refusal to wear that shirt, and remember, he's a politician, so the David Cameron of public life isn't probably the David Cameron of his own private life. But the idea, though, that it's equality for women. Well, as soon as you say for women, you've negated the part of the statement that you say it's equality. If you're going to say it's a movement seeking equality, you have to put a period after the word equality, not put the modifier for women, because then you destroy it. But let's read forward. The Prime Minister rejected the chance to wear a "This is what a feminist looks like" t-shirt, despite being asked 5 times by Women's Magazine. Deputy Prime Minister Nick Clegg and Labour leader Ed Miliband both accepted the challenge, alongside celebrities Benedict Cumberbatch, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Tom Hiddleston. It comes after Mr. Cameron sparked controversy after being questioned over his support of women. Last year, he was asked by Women's Magazine, Red, whether he was a feminist. He paused before replying, "I don't know what I'd call myself. It's up to others to attach labels." That's actually not just a politician being, slippery. That's actually a very mature and thoughtful response. Labels aren't that important. Well, your actions are important. Labels are actually very confusing. He said, "It's up to others to attach labels, but I believe men and women should be treated equally." And at this point, every feminist in the world is going to go, "Aha, you're a feminist!" But by the same definition, they're going to say, "I'm a feminist." And they sure don't want that. He was later forced to explain his remarks. He told Channel 4 News, "When I was asked that question, what I should have said is, if that means equal rights for women, then yes." See, there's the ass covering. But he's also saying, I support the equality of legal rights, but he doesn't like the word feminist, because even though the dictionary definition is equality, is what everybody keeps insisting is what feminist means, when you look at the actual behavior and the activism and the legal lobbying and the changes to domestic policy that come under feminist pressure, you can see starkly that it's anything except equality. Now, I refer to my article about substantive equality, which came from an interview with a Canadian women's legal activism organization called LEAF. So, what I should have said is if it means equal rights for women, then yes. If that is what you mean by feminist, then yes, I'm a feminist. And thing is, people get confused. They get told the same thing over and over and over, and even though it's obviously false, they begin to believe it because of social pressure. Mr. Miliband, meanwhile, backed the campaign. Maybe he's more of an opportunist. He said, "Feminism means a better world for us all and a battle yet to be won." I would love to know, in specific detail, where feminists think they have lesser rights than men. Anyway, the article continues. I'll put a link to it in the low bar. I am also, by the way, aware, for those who are concerned at my lack of response, that my dear old pal Paul has done an attack video on me. I haven't actually watched that yet. If I get really bored, I'll watch it. I'm not diminishing Paul, but, I don't know that I actually need to. I read through the comments thread of the article, of his video, though, briefly, and it appears, based on the comments, that his substantive argument is that I am actually not my own man. I'm the puppet of Diana Davison. In which case, well, how can I possibly respond? Because whatever I say is simply her puppeteering me, right? It's a beautifully engineered attack. And I guess I'll probably watch the video later on. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and have a lovely day. Even you, Paul.